Welcome back, y'all. I am back with another playoff prediction video for the NFL, fresh off of my 1-3 weekend last weekend. Not too proud of that one, but in my defense, I think if Carson Wentz didn't get hurt, I think the Eagles take down Seattle. That's just my opinion. But we saw tons of upsets last week. We saw Tennessee and the Dynasty out in New England. We saw the Vikings beat the Saints in the Dome off of another controversial call and a heart-wrenching loss for New Orleans. But we're going to give it another try this weekend. Like I do, I'm going to predict the game against the spread, give you some of my thoughts, tell you who's going to win, and give you an estimated final score. So here we go. San Francisco, the 49ers face off against the Minnesota Vikings, coming off of a very momentous win. I think that the Vikings actually match up kind of well. I think they have a star running back in Dalvin Cook. Kirk Cousins is feeling good about himself after his first playoff win. I think this game's going to be close for the most part. San Francisco's favored by a touchdown. It's -7 right now. I think that they do cover the spread, but I think it's a lot closer than the score will tell. I am seeing a 23-20 game for most of it. San Francisco scores a late touchdown to pull away. Final score, San Francisco 49ers 30-20 over the Vikings. San Francisco advances to the NFC Championship. After that, we're moving on to the night game tomorrow, Saturday. We see the Baltimore Ravens. They're going to host the Tennessee Titans. I think that Tennessee's in over their heads. They just beat New England. They're probably partying all week, like treating that as if that was their Super Bowl. And I feel like Baltimore's just going to blow them out of the water. Baltimore's favored by 10. I don't really trust Tennessee's offense, their passing offense at least. Ryan Tannehill, he has gotten the job done, but he's about to face arguably the best secondary in football in the Baltimore Ravens. Since they've gotten Marcus Peters, they've been the #1 defense in the NFL. I think their defense is a tad overrated, but I still don't think Ryan Tannehill's the guy to pick them apart. So I see a low-scoring game. If I had to bet one thing this weekend, I would bet the under in that game, Ravens and Titans. I see the Ravens winning this game 24-10. Pretty low scoring for Tennessee. Baltimore run all over them, and they advance to the AFC Championship. Then we move on to the morning game on Sunday. It's actually an early afternoon. Looks like the Texans and Chiefs. That's going to be a fun game. I think that we're going to see two of the best quarterback talents in the NFL in Patrick Mahomes and Deshaun Watson face off. Don't sleep on the Texans. I think every week there's got to be an upset, and this might be the one. Tough to say. I'm going to roll with Kansas City. Just play it safe. Kansas City will win at home in Arrowhead. They're the better coach football team. They're one of the best home teams in the league. But 9.5-point spread, that's saying something, especially when Chris Jones, the Chiefs' best run stuffer, is questionable. Travis Kelce, arguably their best offensive weapon, is questionable. I see Houston as a team that can pose a threat. Deshaun Watson's always dangerous. J.J. Watt's back, and he was on a tear against the Bills last week. J.J. Watt is back somehow. I don't know how he miraculously recovered from that torn pec, but here he is. I think he will have an impact and give Patrick Mahomes some pressure. And the Chiefs are still going to put up a lot of points. This game's going over. I see the Chiefs winning a close one, 31-27. The Texans cover the 9.5-point spread. I don't see why that's so high. Maybe they know something that we don't, but with the injuries that Kansas City's got and the Texans getting J.J. Watt back, they are the better running team too. Houston, they are better at running the football, so that's a good part of their offense that they can use to stay in the game, control some clock. But I think it will be a shootout. Chiefs win that one 31-27 due to the better coaching, and I think Patrick Mahomes is less likely to turn over the football. Then we move on to our final game of the weekend, which will be the Packers and Seahawks. Let's hope that this isn't another wild game in which the Packers choke a 16-0 lead. I don't think that'll be the case. They're favored by 4.5. I know some people that say the Packers are the lock of the weekend. I think they're sleeping on Seattle just a little bit. Seattle's been the better team, I think, this season. But Green Bay, they do have a better rushing attack. This season has been all about running the football. The 5 best passing offenses, those teams aren't in the playoffs. And the 5 best rushing offenses, those are all 5 of the best teams in the NFL, and they were all in the playoffs this year. I think that Aaron Jones is going to have a huge game. It should be snowing. The over-under still set pretty high. Something tells me that Russell Wilson and Aaron Rodgers are so good they're going to put up points anyway. But I think Green Bay wins, and I suppose I can say that they will cover 23-17, covering the 4.5 point spread. I think it'll be a really close game. If Russell Wilson gets the ball late, though, I can definitely see Seattle pulling that one out. I'm not going to be 4-0, I promise you. There will be an upset this weekend, but I'm going to go with the 4 home teams, the 4 favorites to win each game. In recap, I'm going with the 49ers over the Vikings. I am going with the Ravens to kind of cruise against the Titans. I'm also going with the Chiefs to win a shootout against the Texans, in which they come very close. And I see the Packers pulling it out against Seattle. That'll set us up with a Niner-Packer rematch in the NFC Championship. And that would be a Chiefs-Ravens matchup that we would all want to see. Lamar versus Mahomes, baby. Let's see how my picks do this week. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Check out my recent videos. I'm trying to do some things where I implement other elements of life other than sports. Had my buddies on in a recent video. Check out the channel. Hope you guys enjoy it. Let's see how my picks do. Good luck this weekend.